President Trump has announced plans to slap a 25% tariff on all goods from Canada and Mexico, plus an additional 10% tariff on Chinese imports. And if you're in real estate or construction, this could hit you hard. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how these tariffs could impact construction costs, and more importantly, show you how to structure your contracts so you don't get caught holding the bag. After watching this video, you'll know exactly how to protect your profit margins and avoid getting squeezed by rising material costs. My name is Bishoy Habib, and I'm the realest real estate attorney you know. Over the past 12 years, I've closed over 1,000 transactions totaling $12 billion. I've seen too many builders and developers lose their shirts because their contracts didn't protect them from market changes, and I don't want that happening to you. Let's break down exactly what's happening. Trump plans to impose a 25% tariff on all Canadian and Mexican imports, plus 10% on Chinese goods as part of his America First economic strategy. Now let me paint a picture of what this means for your construction costs. Let's start with lumber. Most of the time that comes from Canada. A 25% tariff means every piece of lumber you buy is about to get 25% more expensive. We're already seeing lumber prices spike just from existing tariffs. The National Association of Home Builders estimates that current Canadian lumber tariffs alone added $9,000 to the cost of a single-family home. Now we're talking about adding another 25% on top of that. Steel and aluminum. A lot of that comes from China. With the 10% tariff, expect prices to jump at least that much, but probably more due to supply chain disruptions. Then there's fixtures, plumbing supplies, electrical components. Much of that comes from Mexico. Add 25% to all of that. When you add it up across an entire house, we're looking at potential increases of $40,000 to $50,000 per build. So how do you avoid holding the bag on these cost increases? It all comes down to your contracts. Here are the 5 essential provisions every builder needs in their contract right now. First, you need a material price escalation clause, which ensures that you as a builder are not going to come out of pocket for increases in material costs. You should include language like this in your contract. If the cost of any material increases by more than X% between contract signing and delivery, the increase shall be added to the contract price. During COVID, when supply chain issues caused building costs to skyrocket, the builders who had this clause thrived, while the builders who did not barely broke even on projects they had worked on for 2 years. Imagine taking on all that risk and putting in all that work as a builder just to break even after 2 years of work. Don't let that happen to you. By the way, if you like this content, you should check out my school community, which is 100% free to join. It has tons of educational videos, contract templates, checklists, and even live Q&A sessions with me. All you have to do is click the link in the description below. Second, extend your completion timeframes. When materials get expensive or scarce, the worst thing you could do is rush to meet tight deadlines. You end up paying premium prices just to stay on schedule. Build in flexibility to wait out short-term price spikes. Third, add material substitution provisions. Sometimes switching to alternative materials can save the project without compromising quality. The key here is that standard must be met in order to substitute a material. When representing buyers, I always require equal or greater quality materials in the event of a substitution. But as a builder, that language could cost you quite a bit more. So I recommend language that allows you, as the builder, to substitute materials as long as they are of similar quality. This is a bit more broad and still offers some protection to the buyer, but gives you as a builder more discretion. Fourth, make sure your force majeure clause specifically mentions tariffs and trade restrictions. This is another layer of protection if material shortages or price increases make completion impossible under the original terms. Modern force majeure clauses need teeth. Don't just list what is force majeure, specify exactly what rights it triggers, like the ability to reprice the entire project, pause the work, or substitute materials without additional approval. And make sure you include language about government actions affecting trade or commerce to cover new tariffs or restrictions. Fifth, and this is pretty aggressive, give yourself a contract termination option tied to material cost increases. So if prices rise beyond a certain threshold, you as a builder have the option to walk away without a penalty. Alternatively, you could tie the option to terminate to increases in major material categories, lumber, steel, concrete, and set individual trigger points for each. This lets you terminate if even one category becomes financially unfeasible, rather than waiting for the whole project to be a flop. Now, I don't recommend most builders use this clause. It's almost too powerful and you'd need all the leverage in this situation, but I'm putting it out there in case. Outside of the changes to your builder contract, another way you can get ahead of potential tariffs is to start rethinking your supply chain strategy. Build relationships with multiple suppliers now. Don't wait until prices spike to look for alternatives. Consider stockpiling essential materials if you have the storage capacity. And most importantly, try to lock in prices with your suppliers whenever possible. One more tip that most people overlook, stagger your project starts. If you're building multiple homes, don't break ground on all of them at once. This gives you flexibility to adjust your pricing later on based on what materials actually cost. Remember, these changes aren't just affecting you, they're hitting everyone in the industry. That means buyers are going to become more price sensitive just as your costs are rising. But here's the thing, the builders who survive and thrive will be the ones who saw this coming and protect themselves. If you like this video and want to learn more about protecting your construction business and real estate, make sure you join my school community through the link below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that could save you thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.